The Ladies Room is a show about empowerment, advice, and just a show for women your age, my age, just to be able to talk about the things that you don't talk about with your friends. And if you have questions, we're here to answer them. Just whatever you need, we are here to help.
We will be discussing different topics and providing you all with a special guest each and every week.
But first, we're going to have our screenshot of the day. Confidence has no competition. How do you guys feel about that?
I think that's so true because if you have confidence, you wouldn't have any competition. You don't see anyone as your competition. You see that you're.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like seriously, like as a woman, you shouldn't feel like, okay, I have to compete against her and I have to look like this because she looks like this. Confidence is all about who you are, like within yourself. You know, you don't have to have competition. It's who you are. You know, that's just how I feel about it.
Well, I also feel that just being an individual is the basis of life. So if I just be who I'm supposed to be and you are who you're supposed to be, we will see no competition because we're not on the same level or we're not striving towards the same goals.
Right. Girls get teased on because of their skin color or their hair or different things like that. Like, how do you gain that confidence?
You know, basically just by starting, just look at the mirror and just look at yourself inside and out and just be comfortable in your skin.
Just like loving yourself and knowing that you are okay, because you can't change who you are. Like you can get plastic surgery, you can get work done, but you can't change who you are. Once you accept who you are for who you are, then you'll love yourself. Like
exactly. I love that. Yeah.
And also just think of yourself as a diva. Like seriously, my definition of a diva is like strong, knowing what you want. Just that's what a diva to me is.
Right.
What about you guys?
I feel like I'm a diva. Like I feel like I'm that girl. Like I don't know, it's just something like it comes within. Like you're a diva. Like hair, even if you're not into hair or makeup, whatever. Like you're just confident in yourself. So,
I definitely think I'm a diva. I mean, I feel like I'm strong and I'm passionate. I'm very sure of myself. I know that when I walk in a room, I know who I am. There's of course there can be beautiful women, but I bring attention, and that's not like cocky or that's not like but that's just I hold my head high and I'm tall, so it's like of course I'm noticeable, and it's like okay, I gotta use this attention to the good, and represent myself in a classy way and not come in there looking down and just not comfortable in who I am. So definitely I think I'm a diva.
I would also have to say that I believe that I'm a diva because I feel like a diva is also you have the image, having the nice shoes, the nails, the hair, the makeup, being pretty, but it's also just within, within yourself, like Audra said, you have to be strong and independent and just hold your own. So yeah, I would say we're all little divas. Wow.
I love y'all also, but I do not classify myself as a diva, only because I'm not really into the what you call it, label thing, and I feel like to classify myself as a diva. And I love you all. Y'all are divas. And
we love it too.
But I don't want to be confined to a stereotype of a diva. And when I was growing up, I think that this has something to do with it. Divas were bitches. And you wear your sunglasses, and I just really strayed away from that. Hey everyone, this is La Luci's Corner, where I give you DIY tips on how to love yourself. Today I'm going to be talking about different lipsticks and things that we can use to make ourselves beautiful. My favorite type of lipsticks that I enjoy using is MAC. As you can see, I love the Honey Love, which looks like this, and I love Heroin, the lipstick, not the drug, which is almost gone. Apologize for that. This one is NYX or NYX, and it's number 2, and it's a matte lipstick, and it's my absolute favorite. This one is pretty done, so you might not be able to see it, but it's number 24 from Milani, and I got this one from Walmart actually, but this is how it looks. And this one I got from New York, and it's called Nika K. So with these lipsticks, I'm not really a fan of, you have to wear this lipstick on this season or this works. Whatever works for me, whatever season it is, whatever day it is, I'm going to wear it because I think it looks nice. So, with the lighter skinned woman who I love so much, these colors work perfectly, but when you wear the high pink, you you might want to dull it down with a little plain makeup. And for my darkest skin chicas, you might want to wear either Heroin or the Honey Love because it works with whatever you wear. And for my beautiful brown people as myself, we can just wear whatever we like, okay? So, to give you an example of how these will look on us, you take just the tip of the lipstick and you wipe it on your hand. And that gives you pretty much a nice basis of what it would look like. So that's the number 2 from NYX. This one is the NY023 from Nika K. And it has a very nice, I don't know if it's lighter or darker, but it's still cute compared to the other one. This one is the Honey Love. It's very new, so this really works on any skin complexion. And then we have our Heroin. Oh, we have one more. So these are all different shades of pink, and it works any season. So now we have Babuchi's Corner, and these are my lipstick DIYs. Thank you.
Hey everyone, we're back. We have the 2 doggone days of the day.
These are the co-founders of BADD Girlz Association Incorporated, Miss Jasmine Ross and Miss Michelle Pittman.
So I'll start us off with the first question of the day. What inspired you all to create this organization?
Well, it was our sophomore year. We're currently seniors here at Clarkson University. And our sophomore year, we lived in a very difficult roommate situation. We lived in a 6-bedroom in Raleigh Hall on campus. So we had a lot of issues in our own dorm, and then there was also a lot of girl fights going on campus. And so one day, sitting in the office with our mentor, I was just like, I feel like there needs to be some sort of organization or something on campus to make girls understand that we should be more united rather than like fighting all the time. And I had even said it to one of our friends in class one day, and she was like, yeah, like you should start something, like you should start an organization. She's like, I can see you doing that. I was like, okay, well, I'm really gonna do it. So then I came to Michelle one night, we were in the room, and I was like, all right, so what we gonna do? Like, what you wanna call it? And so then when we went, like a couple days later, we were talking to our mentor again, and she talked about Bad Girls Club, and she was like, and then I was like, ooh, I was like, we should flip the name and try to make it into something good. So then we sat for a couple hours trying to think of what these acronyms were gonna be. Like, it was just many words, great words. Like, we were like, divas, it was like, no, we can't say that. Like, it's like, it's always used, like, people always say that. And then, like, finally, we came up with bad, beautiful, ambitious, dynamic things.
Wow. Anything you'd like to add to that, Michelle?
I think she got it all.
So, Michelle and Jasmine, what made you all actually combine together and do this together? What made you all not want to go separate ways in this organization?
Alright, the idea was all hers at first. And, you know, I was in the meetings with our mentor, you know, and she's coming up with the ideas, and then finally she was turned to me, she was like, can you help me with this? So I was like, sure, why not? And her side of the story is, I asked
Please
her,
tell me my side.
well, if I'm gonna be a part of it, like, am I gonna have a title or something?
Oh,
like,
she
you know.
Yes, she did. Because the night we were chilling in the living room of our dorm, okay? And we were talking about this, and our mentor had mentioned we need to come up with a mission and stuff like that, what our goals are and stuff. So, but as we, like I said, we had to come up with the name. So at this point, we didn't have it, and she was like, well, if I help you, I said, all right, so Michelle, like, what we about to do? And she like, hold up, because if I help you, I need to make sure I'm going to have a title on this. I'm like, yeah. I was like, you'll be my co-founder. So I just said that, just to, you know, I'm like, if I'm going to put you in, I'm not about to just use your ideas, and then, you know, we not be together on it. So I was just like, yeah, you'll be the co-founder, and we'll just leave it at that. She was like, oh, okay, well, I think, you know, and then we got into more of it, but that's the truth.
But I think we also have similar spirits and similar characteristics such as we're both ambitious. Jasmine is definitely that she sets her mind to it and she's just there. And as far as me, like as far as like trying to get charged on campus, as being ambitious, like I'm always trying to go further and trying to, go that extra mile. So definitely because
Listen to her. Y'all, like I don't get this from her. Like what?
I don't think so.
We've been close since freshman year. She was the third roommate I had living on campus, but
this would have
she, but she's always been like the solid rock. Like I lose my mind sometimes. Like I can be so sensitive sometimes, and like I'll say sometimes I'm like Michelle, but like she's like, but you just got chill. Like, like and she says it that calm, that cool, and I think that's the other important part because we have like similar spirits and characteristics, but we both have different demeanors and different attitudes for a lot of things.
So it balances out.
Right, so like we balance each other out, and I think that's why we've been so successful as partners in this as well as in our friendship.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, unfortunately, we have not had the opportunity to be your solid rock that you but, we just want to know, like, why did you pick us as your hostess? Like, what do you see? You see how I'm doing my shoulders? What do you see within us that made you want us to be a part of your team?
oh man, it's different for all of you guys.
It is.
Like, I mean, and as to have this TV show, we have to have different characteristics. Everybody, you guys all have to have different personalities. So you want to start?
Well, just in a general statement, we talked about it, because I wanted this to be as dynamic as we want the viewers to be. So to have all of you with your different personalities, you all, each one of you can reach a different girl, or a different girl can identify with one of you being here, or she can identify with, more than one of you. But that was one of the greatest things that stood out for us because looking at you all had your own personality or something different. But individually, because I'm sure that's what you want to know. Y'all worried about the individual because we talked about y'all as a group. So, well, Audra. Oh God, stop it. Already then. So it initially started because I automatically thought of you when we initially thought of this idea because I knew you were into acting and I knew you were mass media and I know you personally. So having known you outside of this, I thought that you would be a great personality because you're a character. So you're a character all your own, and I think a lot of girls have that skill, that dynamic to be, so different, and then have that chill time, and then you can still be the fun, cute, flirty girl, or the dramatic girl, like you want to be sometimes. So that was one thing that really stood out to me. The fabulous Destiny. I absolutely loved you throughout your entire interview and audition because, literally, you can ask Michelle. I was sitting over and she's doing so good. When you came in and you did the mock interview, and I was just like, she's so good.
I was so nervous.
The best part was the thing that really got me was I was ready to tell you okay, you can stop, but before I could even get it out, you were like, okay, we're gonna cut to commercial. And I was like, that's the icing on the cake. She did that, and I was like, she's got it. She's definitely about to be one of the hosts. So that was really the best part for me. Lala.
Oh, Lala.
You can start with this.
Oh man, she was one of the first we thought of too, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, you were one of the first that we thought of because of your Love Yourself campaign. And then, we thought about bringing you on as a host, and we were thinking okay.
I feel like she needs something.
Right,
And I was like, it would be a good element to the show to have something extra, an extra piece that the girls can always look at and take away from if they don't take away from the conversation or the topics or something. And I was like, but it could be a fun thing, so somebody who could come on. And at first, I was just trying to think, who could that be? And then when I went to rehearsal one day, and I was like, Lala's the girl. I was like, Shelly, all right, what you think, like how it should be, like the girl to come in and do the extra little piece. And then when we brought it to you, you was like, well, I got this little thing, like my name is like Lucci and blah, blah. I was like, yes. I was like, that's it. Because I was like, I didn't know we were going to call the corner and all that stuff. And so that's how Lucci's Corner came about. So yeah, it's also, it was another thing with your personality and stuff too.
She's so outgoing and so big and, you know, dramatic with her. And then, you know, just playful, you know, just like that.
Yeah. I like it.
No.
Thank you. And Brandy.
Oh, man.
So, alright. So your audition, like the hardest part was because you co-auditioned. And we were like, okay, so how do we do this? Like, because you two are clearly friends, and we were like, alright, I don't want to rip them apart, but then like, I don't want to hurt one's feelings if we pick one and not the other. So that was really tough, but it was something about your character, and then the way you brought out, the way you added in your own questions and the own dynamic into it. You were creative with your scenario of being interviewed and then being the interviewee and then the interviewer. So that was really good. And what won it for you, for me, was when you said, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I was like, yes. I said, she remembered. I said, I told them that in the beginning of her interview. And she remembered to say that in the closing. And I was like, that's so great. So that's what really won it for me. And so I thought that, okay, now we have these 4 girls. Now I'm hoping that they're going to click, because that was the next big thing, is to make sure that you guys have a great chemistry with each other. But as we have learned, you guys are really great together.
I love
Already, right? I know. I'm about to the calves together.
Without me.
You can't break bread with everybody.
Without me and everything. It's okay.
And I mean, last but not least, we chose you guys because you guys are beautiful, ambitious, and dynamic day.
Yes.
Well, you guys.
We bow.
That's the worst part. Like, we ain't had it in a while. Like, we used to get annoyed with each other because it got to a point where we would turn around and say the same thing. Like, we could both be like making our bed, doing stuff, and I turn around and be like, you want to go to the cafe? Like, we say it at the same time. And then we're like, bruh, come on, you got to understand what I'm saying. Like, I was like, and then when we finally did split, which started last year, our junior year, and she became an RA, and this year too, I was just like, okay, this is gonna be the space we need, bro. We still were doing it. She would come over to my room and we would like chill and spend the night and stuff, and we would turn around and say the same thing, and we both were like, like, stop saying what I'm saying. She's like, no, you saying what I'm saying, and I'm like,
Break times come around, we're like, all right, we'll see you.
yeah,
January, we gotta go. All right.
yeah, but yeah, she's my sister. And stuff.
Well, as sisters, do y'all have anything else you would like our viewers to know about, you know, your organization, YouTube, who you are, anything? Any advice, any words of encouragement?
Well, I definitely want to encourage young women to have a lot more respect for one another, and to not always take offense immediately when you hear something someone may say to you. Even as simple as guys giving women compliments these days. A lot of girls be like, what you saying? Like, well, boo, he was just saying you look nice. And he's not saying that because he like you. He's just saying that because you look nice. You know, and I think just to become more approachable, don't be so rough, don't feed into the negativity and the foolishness of these reality TV shows because it's all fake. And being or idolizing those people and wanting to be a woman who's so confrontational and so argumentative is just not the girl to be. So I really want young women to understand, like, you have to just tone it down sometimes,
Right.
you know? Still be yourself, still be flirty, still be fun, still be cute, but do it in a classy way, you know?
Because flirty doesn't have to be promiscuity. It doesn't have to be sexy.
Right, right. I mean, you can still be sexy and be classy, you know? So I think it's important for them to, you know, play with different things and then find your comfort zone.
Just to add on to what she was saying, be true to who you are, be true to you. Like she said, don't mock what you see. It's all about individuality. You know what I'm saying? What was our change out of the day? Confidence as your competition.
Right.
So
So we would like to thank our special guests, our darling dames, Miss Jasmine Ross and Michelle Pittman, and we'll be right back.
Hey you guys, we're back. We had to get a little comfortable, and for those reasons, Destiny's gonna tell you why.
We are gonna play a little game that we like to call What Would You Do? And Brandy's gonna ask the first question.
So ladies, what would you do if you was chilling at your boyfriend's house and his roommate decided to cook breakfast with his shirt off and your boyfriend was gone?
And he was gone.
Yeah.
I have to be honest with you. If I walk downstairs, you know, to grab a drink out of the fridge and my boyfriend's roommate's in the fridge, cooking with no shirt on, is he ripped? Like, is he
Yeah, it has to be.
Okay.
It has to be.
I would probably just go in and then just pause and then turn right back around because I'm not getting caught up with my boyfriend's roommate. I can't.
I think if I saw him, I would not even, I would just like wait until, I'm not saying it's like bad temptation, but it's like, okay. Like what was that if the roles were reversed? What do you think he would do? You know what I'm
He
saying?
better walk back upstairs.
Yeah.
Just like I did.
I know, it's just like, okay, we're young, I would speak good morning,
Right.
but then if it got to the point where it's like flirting or whatever, I would just go back to the room and just pretend like I never met him because that's intense,
Yeah.
that's a test. A lot of guys do that, they test their girls, they be like, I do, what I'm saying, go out there real quick and, see if she get caught up, and it's like, girls get caught up, so I would just, good morning.
Well, to avoid that,
Oh gosh.
I would be the one. I would call my boyfriend and be like, "You stupid and dumb," because I know you told me to do that.
But mama,
Okay.
what if you
Yeah,
didn't
what if
tell
you
me? What if
didn't?
you
Like,
was
what
trying
if
to
you
be
really-
cooking
yeah.
and you
That's
went
the
Well, then I
downstairs?
just have to make a big scene about it.
Oh my God.
Don't let him do that because, bro, like.
It depends on your relationship too.
Right.
If your relationship isn't stable, like if y'all step out on each other and you insecure and he's insecure, he will, it's a lot that could go down. But my advice would be just to keep my black
But
butt in
then,
bed.
like, even if you walk away,
Go
like you
thirsty.
said you would do you tell your boyfriend about it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's their house. If he doesn't want to wear a shirt, that's his business. But
I think I would tell him. Because I would just be like,
And I mean,
I saw your roommate earlier, no shirt on.
Like, did he know I was here?
Did he know I was here? Exactly.
Like, one of those, like,
yeah.
and then if you say yeah, I'm like, so you told him that?
walk down there. Okay. And walk back up and just act like it never happened.
I just feel like
Well, if he doesn't see me, see him.
Yeah.
Then that's
If you see me, then I'm gonna be like, oh hey.
But okay, wait.
I'm gonna grab something so it's not awkward. Like I just walk down and say, I'm gonna be like, hey.
Grab a picture of his grandma. All right, we're going to know his grandma was like, oh, okay.
What would you do, Brandy?
Personally, I'd probably be in shock. My mouth would drop. I'd probably run in the room and call my boyfriend.
Wait, is he cuter than the boyfriend?
Oh, that'd be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably would have to be. That's where the temptation comes in at. Because if he's not cute as his boyfriend, then I would have fix me a plate, fix me a
Extras was on.
What up, homie? What's up? And he's cute as the boyfriend. But then, I gotta think, my boyfriend is fine, you know what I'm saying? So you get like, my boyfriend is fine, so ain't nobody cuter than him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have to have that mindset.
Personality.
Yeah,
You gotta think about every aspect.
What did we do last night? Okay. We went out. Not like that. Not like that. We went out on the night day. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Is it my question now?
Yeah.
Okay, my question is, what would you do if a girl came up to you or in a different situation where she didn't know you and called you out of your name? Like something like ABITCH or, something along those lines. What would y'all do?
The first thing I would do, I would put her to the side and introduce myself to her and let her know I'm Brandy Johnson and you was out of line and that's
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
I'm not pulling her to the side. I'm gonna talk.
Cause she tried to get you.
She's right. I'm gonna be like, if a random girl came up to me and was like, "Oh, well, I'm not pulling you to the
I
side."
only say that because I don't want to see.
Yeah.
I won't make a scene. I will put you to the side.
She made a scene.
She wanted some type
You
of
reap what you
attention.
sow.
But why did she call?
girl, she didn't appreciate or approve of like what I was doing in the group or whatever, and she had felt some type of way about it and got snappy. And I'm not a drama person, so I'm not gonna engage in that. But she was like, well, you're acting like a bitch, and I was like, whoa.
In front of the whole
Group, and we're in class, and I'm like, okay, that's not me. So I'm not gonna allow you to, bring my character down and lash out at you. I'm just gonna let you have that.
in front of the class,
Yeah.
teacher.
And the teacher, because it was like in class, and there was some controversy about like the grades and like the people who couldn't work. But she called me a bitch because she felt like, because I wasn't giving her the attention that she wanted. So it's like all about the attention. If you want to play fire with fire, that's one thing. But I'm ice baby.
In
I'm
that
not
situation,
like,
I agree with what you did. You let her have that.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get catty in front of the professor.
Yeah,
So then in that situation, yeah, pull her to the
See,
side.
if we were, in a mall or something, it would just, I have this book. If that look, like what made you feel like you could talk to me like that, and then, I would kind of do what Brandy, I'm Audra. Realize this isn't, this isn't a game, because you need to respect me. If you don't know me, don't do that. So
I also had a similar incident as well. I was at a community service event, and basically I was taking a picture with the girl who's over the organization, and her friend. While I was taking the picture, everybody knows I love taking pictures, and the friend said the girl on the left was the prettiest. He trying to discredit me. I saw him. I pulled him to that. I said, "Listen, I'm Brandon Johnson." I asked him what his name, and he told me. I told him, "Don't come for me ever again. You don't know me like that." And I could have made a scene and everything, but I didn't. I just let him know who I was. Don't try it again. So,
yeah, that's
You did the classy way. I like that.
What would you do? What would you do?
If he said that the other girl was prettier, I don't know. I don't have to. I don't know. I really don't know.
I'm scared.
Well, I think this is where I need your help, because I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. Like when I was in high school, I was an evil person. I was very disrespectful. And I think not to be so savvy, but like my 8th grade year, my mother passed away right before school started. So from 8th grade to like my senior year, I was just very bitter. So it's like now that if those things were to happen to me, if somebody said something, but I guess y'all can notice I'm 0 or 10. So it's like either I'm gonna get you or I'm not. So a lot of times I choose not to get you, because like how they say, if you give an alcoholic wine at communion, he might go back to being an alcoholic. I feel like that's how I am with my rudeness and temper. So I just let people have it, like, alright, but if it's something like that you just gotta get got right then, I might pop in your mouth.
Because it's more embarrassing when you kind of just let them be stupid. Because if you react, it's like you're giving them what they want.
So somebody be like, you would be, what?
Okay.
You know what?
Baby,
I can control of herself.
And that's good that you said that, because I had a situation previously where I had an issue with a girl back home. And I'm, in Atlanta now. I don't stay in Boston anymore. That's where I'm from. Boston, big town, okay. So yeah, and I got a phone call from a friend saying, the girl that you had problems with, she's still talking about you. She's calling out your name. And for a minute, I was gonna go on Twitter and confront her.
Oh.
But I thought about it.
Right.
I'm not in Boston. She's still in Boston doing the same things that I used to do. I'm in Atlanta going to school, pursuing my career. There's different levels. You're not talking about me. I'm here doing, what I gotta do for my future. So I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? It's not even worth it. Like, I'm gonna let her sit back home and talk about me while I'm in Atlanta doing bigger and better things.
Yeah, that's pretty much
And it's sad because sometimes black people will try to come for you, and try to make you feel bad about yourself. But if you have confidence, like, you shouldn't let it get you down.
Exactly.
Like,
Which brings us back to our
I let him know, like, you can't shake me, you can't break me, you can't.
confidence has no competition.
Yes.
Confidence
Had no competition at all.
So, next scenario.
What would you do if you were throwing a big party for your friend, and a lot of your friends came, you got the place and everything, and you were paying for the dinner, but then at the end, you went to swipe your card, debit or credit, and it was declined?
Wow. That is embarrassing first. And I would probably make up a little lie like, oh my gosh, I grabbed the wrong card
friends,
That's me.
if I was really about to pay for all of them, then somebody can help me, you know, somebody can, you know, that shows a true friendship, honestly. So that's probably what I would do, you know, just be like, okay, this is what happened. I need y'all's help. Bam.
Yes.
What about you?
I probably would be embarrassed, but that's why it's kind of good to check your account before you go
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
That's why I always have the little mobile out. Check in, see your balance, so you'll know what your spending limit is and if you can go or not. So
Yeah.
just make sure you check your account.
And I think because I'm a little funny, or I try to be at times, I agree with Audra. But I think we probably more like, okay, let me just tell you what happened. I really don't know what happened, but something happened, it's not there. So I need y'all help. Like I would probably be.
Do a little Kevin Hart, wait, my bank account.
I would be embarrassed. Definitely.
Yeah, that's very
You will
embarrassing.
understand.
But if they're real
Yeah,
friends,
sure, if they're your real friends, then they should be like, girl.
yeah. So, yeah, that's how I would answer. Yeah.
All right, ladies, last question. What would you do if you were walking down the promenade and you seen like a book bag just off to the side and you know, you decided to look at it just to see who it was and you just see like stacks of money?
No. What would you say? What would you do?
First of all, take the money and go to the nearest Kate Spade store at Lennox Mall and go buy all the handbags and shoes.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
That's not good. Like you wouldn't save it or either
Well,
like.
I'm on scholarship at Clark, so my tuition already paid off, so shopping.
Well, for one, she's right. I wouldn't deposit it into my bank account.
No, I'm.
Because then it's gonna be like, where did you owe this money from?
Yeah.
So,
The IRS and the whole thing.
yeah, no one
Yeah,
plays with
but
them.
I feel like, okay, for me, I would of course send my mother some. Like, it depends on how much it is, just because, like, that's the first thought that came in my head. Like, okay, send mom money. Like, this is me. And then, I probably, like, if it was like 50,000, like, let's just say it's like $50,000 to go bank. Send mommy a good 10,000. Save a good 10,000.
Right.
Put another 10,000 in seeds. So that's $30,000. I got $20,000 left. I would just blow it. I would blow it on everything and everything that I wanted to blow it on.
What would I do? I would pause. I would take the money and go to my room and I would think, like, if that was me that lost that bag,
Yeah.
I would be going crazy. So I'd be thinking about like, oh my gosh, who lost this bag? Because if it was me, I would be going nuts. So I would think about whose bag it was and what I should do, and then I'd spend it. No,
Oh my
I would then, like, I mean, what could you really do? Like, if you found a bag, you can't walk around saying, hey, who lost the bag? Because everyone's gonna say I did. But honestly, I would think about that, and then I'd be like, okay. You know, I'd definitely send my parents money because they're the reason why I'm here,
Yeah.
and they've gotten me to this point, so they definitely deserve a good 10,000 each. And then I, would put the other 10 away, and then I'd get a new car and go shopping.
And I already know.
But I would feel really bad.
Bro,
That is on me. Don't
That is
okay.
I would feel really bad about doing it though, because if it was my money, I would be crying and rolling on the floor and just going crazy.
Okay, wow.
I would feel bad, but I mean,
Well, that's something. That is something. You guys are mean. Why would you leave
she
someone
doesn't
alone?
even know, like, bro.
Like, that's nice.
Girl.
Like,
Even good no say, bro.
because that would make me
Thank
feel
you.
I don't think that people want to lose a bag.
I'm leaving no evidence.
Somebody put it there.
They could give us a
Okay, so
fingertips.
Because, like, what were they doing? No, like, you're going to just be running on the promenade. First of all, we got security. They don't really do their job like that. But you got to just whoop, a random person just whoop, like, just lose
Just
your
set it
bag.
back down.
Right, I think it was somebody
It's a
put it
trap.
there.
I think it would be a
Or,
trap.
that's what I would think too, like, who's setting me up? Who's watching?
Maybe it's like
But
drug.
maybe it wasn't for you, though.
Maybe it's drug money.
I would be a little
Okay,
scared.
I'm talking.
I would be scared at the same
Yeah.
time.
Like, why is there $50,000
Yeah,
promenade at Clark and then University? That's good. That's
Yeah,
done.
there's a lot to go with it. Besides, I mean, we'd probably think fast, like, oh, I'm spending, going shopping, but then again, you think
Right.
about it after, like, wait a minute.
Whoa.
What if they come for me? Like,
Now, what if it's like a tracking device? Like, you see in the movies, like, it's like tracking devices on the actual, like, dollar sign. You're like, okay, so you're at 22 Jeans People All Drive, Heritage.
You
Like,
know what? I just want to keep my job and just make my own money. I don't want
yeah,
to
we never seen the back.
So,
But if my friend finds it and then nothing happens to them,
black girl.
Let's spend
gorgeous. Have you guys seen the picture?
She's gorgeous and she's black.
And she seemed natural because I
Is
saw them
she
edges a
really?
little.
Oh my God, she's going to her edges.
She's right, but no, it's a good thing though.
Okay.
Because they were slick, but I could still tell that we had the same type of texture.
And the reason why I picked her because I feel like she's like a great role model for the state of Georgia. I mean, ladies that live in Georgia. She's confident. She's
She's a
naturally
black
beautiful.
woman.
Yes.
And that's good for just our environment to have a black woman representing us so well.
Yeah.
And the Miss USA, the Miss Georgia is just awesome.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to talk about, ladies, before we end this segment?
If you or someone that you know or look up to would like to be featured as a bad girl, please hashtag Bad Girl of the Day on our Instagram page.
Also, if you like what you've seen on the ladies' room, be sure to subscribe, tell your friends and family, and we'll be back with more in the future, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you so much.